Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and my January plan with me video. This is the first month in my Dingbats dotted journal and I'm loving it so far, but boy has it been an emotional month. But we'll get into that later. Let's start off with my January cover page. Some people call this a splash page, cover page. Either or, it's just the page that starts off January in my journal with a little Hello January tag to it. My theme for January is going to be a very blue scale theme, lots of different shades with a few greys and whites in there as well. It's lots of little triangles that I'm just building up as I go. There's no rhyme or reason to how I'm drawing these triangles. I've just sat down, I've fished out every blue pen that I own, and I'm just going in and drawing as many as I can, leaving a couple of white ones. There's no thought to it, I'm just doodling triangles on a whim. Originally I was going to cover this entire box in little triangles, all of varying shades, but by about 20 to 25 triangles in, I was bored. And so I kind of knew as I was doodling, I'm not feeling this or loving it, so I gave up and only did a little corner of triangles. And then I go and put Hello January on the left hand side using that faux lettering that I talked you guys through in a previous video of mine. The idea is that I use the dot grid to help shape the letters, the downstrokes being thicker, the upstrokes being smaller. I can go through this and go through the word January if you want in another video, just let me know. But I'm still a work in progress with actual brush lettering, so faux brush lettering, the one where you pencil it out first, is right up my street. I'm going to use one of my Tombow pastel pens to colour in Hello January and go over the bottom half of all the letters just to deepen that up and cause a gradient. I will then go in with a white gel pen, I think this is a Sakura gel pen, on the right hand side of the letters to add a highlight, and then a grey pen on the left hand and bottom side of all the letters to add a low light. And now that I've got that lettering in, I can see where the big white spaces are, and you guys know how I feel about a bit of a white space. Some of it is okay, too much of it, not so much. So I'm going to go in, add a few more triangles, a little extras just to cover the bigger spaces. Once I've done that, I'm going to go in again with a white pen just to add a few little highlights. I've got a blue fine liner that I'm going to do my little dotted trick. That seems to be something I'm interested in at the moment, all those little dots. This fine liner, if you are wondering, is from a pound shop in the UK. I'm not snobby when it comes to pens. If they do the job, they're good enough by me. And I suppose this is a good time to apologise for the UK lighting that I have going on. I'm sat by a window which has the most amount of natural light, but in the winter here in the UK we get a lot of clouds, and because I'm filming, well, it's just par for the course that as I turn the camera on to film, a big old cloud comes and makes everything look bright yellow. I do have a fix for this. I have a ring light coming in the next couple of days, so hopefully future videos will not have this problem. Next on my page is just a quick Leo Loves page. Hopefully you guys know about this. This is just a page where throughout the month I will write down things, draw things, anything that my 3-year-old does that I think, oh, that's cute. That's where I'll put it in on that page. So next up for January, I've got my monthly page, which is where I set all my boxes out to see the month ahead. At this point in my life, as you're watching me draw this out, I'm in a happy, whimsical headspace. I think life is great and nothing can go wrong. And just there was where I made the first mistake. I've gone and put a box in on the Monday space for January. And if you all look at your calendars for January, you're going to see how I've made this monumental error. Because January does not start on a Monday. Oh no. No, it starts on a Tuesday. But because I've gone and filled that first box in, later on it's going to trip me up. For January in this journal, I'm going to do monthly tracking of my mood, energy and hormone cycle, sort of how I'm feeling on a scale of 1 to 5. I did have in my previous journal a full double page spread that had all the months and I tracked them all. I sort of fell off that bandwagon, so I've brought it back into my monthly in the hope that it kind of makes me get back into tracking that. I think it's really nice at the end of the month to see how your mood, energy, has fluctuated, and when I write the word hormone, for me that's looking at things like how is my skin doing. If it's a particularly bad day for skin, then I will stick that down at a sort of a 1 or a 0, and then at the end of the month I can really see in my hormone cycle exactly how I've reacted and what weeks are good weeks and bad weeks for me. So to clear up that white space up at the top, I'm going to add in those triangles that I did on my cover page, just to also keep the theme running through. I'm going to colour in my January bubbly writing that I've done. I have gone for a purple on this one. I think by this point I've done that much blue, I needed an accent. So I've gone with a lovely sort of lilac cover. Again, doing exactly the same trick that I did with my cover page. I'm going to use that white and that grey to highlight and to low light. Is that what we're going to call it? We should call it low light. Then I'm going to go in and do the blue headers for my Monday through to Sunday boxes. And then we move on to the part where I look. So these little triangles are going to be where I put the days of the week, and I've gone and put one on Monday. So at this point, I don't even know that I'm going to make this monumental mistake, which is tough to watch back because I feel like I'm screaming at my own self to just look at a calendar, for the love of God. But I don't, and there I go. In fact, let's stop. This is the moment, guys. This is the moment where behind the scenes, I'm swearing. I'm about to throw the journal out the window and give up on life itself because I've made a mistake. And then I get over myself and decide that I'm just going to go in with a darker blue pen and scrub over all of that so that you can't see my mistake. And then go in with a trusty white pen and put in the actual days of the week. And so you'll never know. But I've got to deal with that Monday box, which clearly has a flag and it shouldn't. So I'm going to go in and colour that all up and colour the bottom bit up, write in a really festive Happy New Year message. Honestly, guys, at this point, I was so angry at myself and proper like, throw the journal away, that I decided to make a quote, which was, mistakes happen. I then put get over it, but by the time I'd wrote out mistakes happen, I felt that was a bit harsh. So I rub it out and decided to put just period, stop, end. No, that weren't working for me. Breathe. That's what I needed to do. So mistakes happen. I think I've kind of saved it as best I could for this one. But yeah, to get all the way to this point in your January setup and then muff it right at the end. Oh, the frustration. Have you guys ever done that? Let me know in the comments your biggest bullet journal blunder, something you've done, a mistake you've made that you've just cringed and thought, for the love of why? This is it for this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Have a great January and I will see you soon.